Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi, Batra, and this is the earnings special edition where our focus will be on Fusion Microfinance. The company has reported a 16% year-on-year surge in the March quarterly net profit at 133 odd crores as against 115 crore rupees that were reported in the year-ago period. And this was largely supported by the business expansion and higher earnings for the quarter. Now, the lender's net interest income has also increased by 32% at 360 odd crore rupees. We've also seen that the total income has nearly grown by 30% at 675 crore rupees. Even the operating profit has surged by about 31.5% at 291 odd crore rupees. And also the company has reported that by the end of fiscal year 2024, the company has ended the year with the highest ever profit after tax. Joining in to discuss and to decode for us the earnings insights and the outlook going forward from here, I'm now joined by the top management of the company. Devesh Sachdev joins in, the MD and the CEO of Fusion Microfinance. A warm welcome to you, sir, on Business Today, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Could you share with us how have you assessed the earnings that's gone by for FY24 as well as for this current quarter as well that has been reported? As far as the growth on the bottom line is concerned, congratulations on highest ever profit after tax. Do you still see hopes for building onto this growth?
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much, Sakshi. Yes, I think this is what we have been guiding for since we came in the market in November 2022 for our IPO. We were telling the market that, look, we are building for long term. We have all the levers. We have network, people, technology. Our return metrics were depressed because of the impact of COVID. But now I think this all is an outcome of the kind of work, the kind of franchisee which we have built over the years. We are now 12, 14 years old company. So coming to this year, yeah, it's a very successful year for us. On many counts, first time we have crossed 500 crore of profit. We crossed 10,000 crore AUM. Our AUM today stands around 11,500. More than 10,000 crore disbursement in this year. NIM expansion, very sustainable ROA and ROEs which we have been delivering. And the only blip was a slight inch up in the credit cost, which we even from Q3 to Q4 has come down, and which will further come down, in the subsequent quarters in financial year 25. So it's a satisfying year, and we are all very excited and set up for the coming financial year.
Okay. So also if you could share with us, as far as your NIMs are concerned, we've seen an expansion to 11.22%. How do you see the band growing in FY25 and how much more potential or levers will you have to further expand your margins from here?
Yeah. So we have been guiding that from the last 15 months that our NIMs will expand, and it has moved as per our guidance. If you look at the Q4, Sakshi, it's around 11.59. We believe that NIM will, reach around 11.75 to 12%, and that's where we'll take a call whether we want to maintain this steady NIMs. But yeah, there is still, because the pricing guideline, as per the pricing guideline, which came out in March 22, we changed in May. The portfolio churning is still there is some room to do that. Also, if you see, the cost of funds have been going down for us. Even in this quarter, we believe that there will be some bips, downward trend of the cost of borrowing. So we still believe there is slight headroom available in expanding the NIM.
Okay. So also a significant milestone of 10,000 odd crore rupees under AUM in the first half of FY24 you did cross. So you're already at this landmark level. By when do you see this doubling over the next few years, sir?
I am not thinking like this, but I think we are more focused on a sustainable growth. Mid-20s is actually what is our guidance, is where we would like to grow. We are a very calibrated company. Look at the environment, look at the customer, look at how the overall our preparedness. We plan to increase our overall network by around 20% this year. We'll be opening 300 more branches. We have 1,300 branches right now. So I think we are building for future. We are adding people, human capital, investments in processes. A lot of work is happening on digitization and technology. So I think all that is basically so that, we are able to give a sustainable growth. I am more, Sakshi, more focused on, consistent and sustainable growth and that's why if you see, even you look at our disbursement numbers quarter on quarter, they're very sustainable. You will not find, spikes here and there. And we try that, we give more, consistency is more important for us.
Absolutely, and I was going to come to that, sir. How do you see the demand and how do you see the disbursement growth for FY25 then? Are you looking at the similar band?
Yeah, we have many branches which we opened last year, so they will also start catching up. Operational efficiency will come from that aspect. I think we have now close to 4 million customers. There are three new states we have entered last year, Andhra, Telangana, and Karnataka.
Okay.
And then in the existing branches, states also we are opening branches. So I think, and then overall rural credit demand remains robust. So if you are calibrated as a company, we are not boiling the ocean as far as the ticket size is concerned. Actually, our average outstanding with the customer is still 28,000, one of the lowest in the comparable peers. Our overall ticket size are also, lower than the competition. So I think we are able to marry the risk and growth. I think that has been our overall strategy, and we are very confident of growing sustainably.
So, sir, since you just talked about the ticket size of the loans, that is one of the lowest in the industry as well. Are you giving these loans mostly to the salaried class, or is it the self-employed class? If you could give us that division. And basis such a small ticket size, how are the collections really growing at this point in time? Is it challenging for you to do the collections?
Actually, we are a microfinance company where we are giving only to women. We have close to now 4 million women borrowers. These are all bottom of the pyramid. They do not have any documented incomes. These are women in the rural areas who are aspiring to become entrepreneurs, women who are doing dairy, women who are running a small shop, running a boutique, tailoring shop, any kind of activity which a rural woman, I think is a huge work we've done as a sector on women empowerment. So all the customers, other than the MSME customer, is around 14,000 customers we have. The rest, all the customers are women. So I think that's, empirical study shows that women are more credit worthy. So we work with the women. I think our collection efficiency is also on the north of around 98%. So we are seeing good demand. These customers are dependent on informal sources for their credit needs. And we are actually filling that gap in a very transparent manner. Pricing is also very low if you compare with the informal sources. It's very transparent. It's doorstep service. It's an unsecured loan. So I think but we see a very good response from the customers.
Okay, but sir, the recent, I think about 5-6 months back when the RBI had come out with the measures as far as the unsecured loans is concerned, over the last 6 months odd, have you seen an impact of that maybe on your cost of funds, if you could share with us?
We are not, because actually there are certain sectors which were asset class which were not covered under it. Microfinance, other than housing, was also one of the sector.
Okay.
So we have not seen. We are getting very good support from our lenders, SBI, HDFC, ICICI, Axis Bank, and then some multinational banks like HSBC, Citi, Standard Chartered. They're very big supporters for us. We have, and Kotak, we have some of the biggest lines from some of these banks in the sector. So we are not seeing any such issue. Also, it is aided by our rating upgrade. That is why, our mild cost of borrowing has been going down.
Okay. So also on the assets now, as far as your GNPA and your net NPAs are concerned, they've both seen an improvement. Do tell us if you are comfortable with this, or do you still have room to further improve the net NPAs and the gross NPAs?
Yeah, definitely. We would like that the credit quality remain spec and clean. So yes, we would like that it goes down further. That will be the endeavor. I think it's a journey from 3.5, 3.49 net credit cost. Our first, milestone is to bring it to less than 3%, and then, work further on. And also keeping in mind this customer base, Sakshi, we do not have any, we don't do any legal recourse. It's all moral persuasion. These customers are at the bottom of the pyramid. They face some kind of issues in the life, in the livelihood by droughts and any kind of natural calamity. So we work with the customers. But overall, the customer, if you look at our overall credit cost over the 5-6 years, to take out black swan events like COVID, credit costs have been 2.5%. So I think that's where we would like to reach.
Okay. Well, many thanks, sir, for being with us on this very special edition and explaining to us the key insights from the quarterly earnings. All the very best for the upcoming quarters as well. And we shall hope to catch up very soon again with you to really understand about the company's growth prospects as well as the industry trends going forward. Many thanks, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sakshi.
All right, viewers, we will wrap it up at that, this very special conversation with Mr. Sachdev as far as consistent growth is concerned for Fusion Microfinance, and the outlook also, the management is fairly confident of maintaining the growth trajectory even in FY25. Well, with that, we wrap up, but do stay tuned as we will be back, and your favorite show, Daily Calls, will be up next at 12 noon. So do stay tuned and do continue to send in your queries so that we can address it to top market experts.
आज तीसरे चरण का मतदान है।